reorganization, any equipment in Kabomono were able to win power again. And then, media based some way support to win, some way support to win. Oman Mpuntuo. Nasa Accra baby Musua, and maybe Tina, Accra regional and national executives said, Oman amnesty from Afoko, Alam to everybody that has been suspended. Oman amnesty. Young Frau Omra, near Kambo, say 3 years. The cardinal. Did you suspended my Nancy Unit or Yellow or Back or Monsieur 4 or number 4? Oh, said you can now Omo and Tuaba Emily. The national chairman, former vice president, general secretary, one Namade, Apachano and Mamma. Mumma amnesty. Mumfa giving say yamma amnesty. Na ni pabudwa omadu ya olinano. Yenso ensambra.
Party communicators now omunyina michiamo nyina.
Yenya kupono eni ye di ni ye. Enenso akwaye wukuada soronko a. Adom enhyira any mobro hunua yenya kupon no ede hye ene ukwade mu no asan edware yen, and we are thanking God for that. It's another opportunity and it's a second chance the Lord Almighty has given unto us. Senya ayana numre bia no mesra di firi ho na me no mienu ye bompa ye eso nyankopon. Sir Don Shiri Emienua, a day enemy. The 2 solid eyes. I do on my Ghana, Ebabe Fem. Na, ya yo my Ghana, a drono. So, Bekayaho. Na, wabua yai, wakura yai. Na, wasai, asoya no, senebeya. And some outdoor beer, Yabekan with Fidias Rono. And Quakoyan Samoa, a ball mine. Nemom and somewhere ebe yo my Ghana ye. And this some kind of value. And the puppy at the bow my Ghana emu. And uti and umbrebiano meno bomb paya sir. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in his sight. The Lord is my shepherd, and I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me to the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadows of death, I fear no evil, for he is with me. Thy rod and the staff, he comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. He anoints my heart with oil, my cups overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. May the Grand Master and the Grand Architect of the universe locate you this evening. Mamu ajo, mamu akwaba marase enumre so sir wefidie no eda Western Diamond TV. Western Diamond TV. Na Oman Mpuntuo dwumedie no. It is so sum kase we e de ba be somo. It hasn't been easy, but Oman Ghana who don't akonya kakra benya bia no epese be gina fidie so na ye kyerɛkyerɛ nnwuma mu e de kyerɛw sɛ baby Oman Ghana wonie baby abanya ye fra no NDC amanyokuo ebefa Ghana man efri NPP nsɛm no baby omuso de ababeduro nie de omde aka ho nie possibly say ye hwɛ petetekra mu nso a bebia wo mo die me kwakọ wie enso nie na ye bu hu konta e de akire Ghanafo donhwere emienu wo so hu hia me pa ntenimre yi ma text message ene WhatsApp messages no emfa 0248 07 1174 0248 07 1174 eba ebekenkan ede ama me di Okyeremaba AS Enchill the radio PRO the 14th day in a month called May 2025 in the year of our Lord. Ya what TikTok, TikTok and the FN X, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, and the akada hono na mu following all the social media handles no anybody e be bre e wo man punto dwumadie so na yenso yetumi akenka mo messages no e dia ma medasipi na mediquotation way na medifrase won fa to sema me yaro medase and na me no di nkomo fa no hypocrisy nya tumsu nya tum adokuru yan as oman Ghana sanya tumsu ban no eno na emma oman Ghana enko nanim. If you don't know, I'm telling you today. If you don't know, I am telling you today. Sanya tumsu hypocrisy. Eno ena do oman Ghana esa inechi. Sanse unua bi ena no wadi oman Ghana so. Nia ono so aprese. Obebe di oman no so biye no. Sa wade no kura ebe kachire Ghanafo say ena nneoma musitie ewo aban na wote so no esansa wono so petumi ni bia di ntino obeka nsem a enye nokura e di akire obi say na ade no esitie and by so doing wo prese wono so emenya tumi na wabebe di wo man no so dia ya ene dia ebufu dia eya eya nsem hunu e wo mu ni say won so babedi so a nadia wonua bi ye ya na omo ka ho asem no won kura baba ye ne sensa. So on your screen it is our quotation for today. It is always the ones with dirty hands pointing the fingers. It is always the ones with the dirty hands pointing the fingers. Nia de bia no nsa ho e wo fi no womo ena ya no motene no monsa e de hwe obi so forgotten say nsa ho e wo fi forgotten o say nsa ho e wo fi adie na nua bi eye no wo se enye no e wo kasati aye no wo ba ye no nya akonya no wo ye ne sensa wo se ma Mrs. Brother pa no $1 million e hye ne mpaase wakasa ye di tiaye se enya and the Ghanafo we should crucify her and wababemu bia enu nenu eni nansa de yatete de hunu eni de edi ho adanse ne se ne ono kan ye ediku abandada no fie no because of hypocrisy nya tumsuban bia ewo endis fomunti womo ba ye no womo atumi en control womo ho ayenia na womo kan say enya de papa e wa bandada ne penso. Hypocrisy, and it is driving Ghana backwards. Hypocrisy is driving Ghana backwards. And more my Ghana enyini now my Ghana enkonanim as a developing country and a country which is so young in democracy. And so yedinya tumsuban esa nokofio kakra bedinti wo kan sembi etienu nia se enya no krompa wo bemma ntro ene no kra no aye pepepepepepe all because of power ne adane tumi ne manoa na no so adane ade no differently. So it is always the ones with dirty hands pointing the fingers. Sabe atante huro tawoto osimiko hura treja tante huro asawa ataroto o osimiko hura treja ade no wonim sa eye nimpa bisu wo se wo ba wonya bi enso wo ba yeyi wo kra na wo ye ne kankan mu nya tumsu a adokro Oman Ghana eno na de Oman Ghana kwa na chi sabi wa ohubon dada ana wasa kwa inframa bone kura da framu ɛyɛ NDC amayoko no musuno mo ban anytime be omaba be mu bia no wo da na die. And so that is our quotation for this evening. It is always the ones with the dirty fingers pointing the hands. Wamu nsa fi wamu de betra tire obi so asif sa ono ne nsa wo ye clean. And so ba de obey kra no esen de obi ye. Me da say now. Ye frase me ba chaw Samija mfika si ba ye. Enipa bebrebe institutions bebrebe womu amemu womu kasa amanfo tie enso aka ho nsem bebrebe. And this is not the first time we are discussing Samija Mfi, the gold boy, the cash man, the dollar Samija Mfi. This is not the first time we are discussing our video. So dollars to Nana Agrada. Sa Agrada yobia wo ye mobroni eno nti sania wo ye ayamuye na wo tankrofo ade titu mobrohufuo no eno pin wo ye de kira Agrada se wonji sika wei in dollars and photo fuel and go the cam in a way Agrada kwan for respect and Samija Mfi so hwim sika ne different nsem but ebia hey omu hyehyɛ mo ho e kwan bi so nti omu ni mo ho ebia na and that is the reason why ntia na kasanya saade a ɛyɛ dan ana Agrada nya that courage etu hwim sika edi free a CEO and a CEO who heads make an example an institution a edimu e wo my Ghana mu ha wo hwim sika sanya obia wo ne wo agudie bia na ka beba ne sen na Samija Mfi Agrada tu hwim sika de free nsem akoba ni seye no yakwa kwahwehwe mu achi document epie Samija Mfi beka say wono yentua ne ka ebra wo assuming office na yentua ne ka nsui na chese ne communicators ne pono onye sikampo na wade amawo mo say omofa emfaka ekwa communication but enra before this NPP a press conference momi ekwetie wo mu na yehwe ni so ade yentie sema wo mu na afei document a yatwe a kyerɛ sɛ abrante Samija Mfi sika wo frase a wo kye no sɛ party no mpanimfoɔ Ghana for ankasa ntia this small boy Samija Mfi would collapse this country because said wo frase no eni anyan abrante ni nyadwuma bi a tiri so bia wo manyimu o enso the kind of money abrante yi awa wo kye bi kura no asefam ehu se Oman kasa anti abrante yi a ebeduru baby no Oman Ghana yenkom but NPP for press conference a eno wono ye no na yemeto aso with a document a yensa etumi asoso but say ready a NPP press
Enchill na yewura Mahama ede kraka ba ya what din eye code of conduct na se nyina ne se eye kraka a wakuchiri se ne be ya eye omo a wapa omo so mbe ye adwuma o na ban omo di ebe ye adwuma na ma amamuo no ayefe eni na wotwe kra ana ye hu se the National Communications Officer of the NDC and I be acting CEO both board wako ayase no wayi eye ronisi kadole sibi odi ama maame Agrada na o hwe sika no se ne na o si kan bebrebe na Agrada esa hwim ni akan na asa account na ne ehu ne nwanwan se a young National Communications Officer of the party was acting Gold Board CEO. Here are Mahama. And someone done for no more can say, and now there was some with media can a young branch, son said, you voting board, put me young tree, put me Bibia, na a Casacasapa. If I saw social media, so I said, Ma, more can. Nelson, idea, why you may idea, a shred. Eye ahonkyira Ghana for film ene enyema bo akoso na wo hwe obi ono no hwe gold board so na wayi sika doso pro dollars na odi ache anoshi etieti Ghana mra o code of conduct na ankasa o de ba he no
ebuna ntia se opani mahama anya hu bibia ye kira ne se
in fact enkomo no wa na ebra no so kọ ye tofo bom ne se ya mampani John Dramani Mahama was say ne nia bere pa se obeku katahye etu katahye so a Samijemfi should be used as a scapegoat to serve as a deterrent to others. In the annual press conference, NPP, one more year, the biggest opposition party, the NPP, and now one more year. Now, me but I'm for second one on Fantoso. Samijemfi versus Cecilia Abenadapa. But you won't be able to claim from a minute to we can come from the screen. Samijemfi versus Cecilia Abenadapa. Wo abrabumu no Abraham me Cecilia Abenadapa bo ewo awiase mu ene bra Samijemfi nso abo ewo Oman Ghana mu ha ya de toto ho se Samijemfi na wo those balls wo sa hwam yenu yi sanko tumi gina mame Cecilia Abenadapa nim eka nsem bi ya ede chema mi se ne $1 million na ye say allegedly na e woni fia ne house help no ni obi ni ade ne nsem bebrebe wamo ekoko fa bi no se no ko hu tumi se otumi kase chema mi ya so on your screen eye Abraham ami abo ane bra Samijemfi so abo e wa asase so me ba cha first one Jema Mrs. Abenadapa from 1980 to 1982, she was the junior planning officer, Emma Cocoa Marketing Board. Me pacha Sabra na Samijemfi wa he. Sabra no na Samijemfi. Mubisa ne say 82. Na ya no because onu ya 28 March 1989. Inti ebra Jema Mrs. Abenadapa ebo bra no. Na Samijemfi sabe. Ne mame ne papa won yan waje krampo se wo mo ba be fa Samijemfi plans na ebi kra yinse no na yabakra ababe wo no me pacha next one principal development officer human development and social affairs ECOWAS 1982 to 1985 edoso me pacha musko kwa down na yansambra biom yes etino mame Cecilia Abenadapa ebra mame abo offices are wa occupy positions are wadi ewo wiase mu amanone ene Oman Ghana mu ha no eno ne kokon no se mami embo brampa from 1980 up to time 2013 2023 wa resign ye no as the minister for sanitation and water resources abra sa issue no eba ya wa de resign ye no wo mo bra krampo no a $1 million de mami obenya me bata fa yi Samijemfi so mo me hwe the profile ejuma onu so wa yenti andei water dollars wasema Ghana ni be bia moso esan se wasafata se wonya sa sika no etema nkrofo and NPP mbabi no so asabe wo mo da wo mo nde sunya papa so engine wo mo defend this bullshit sorry for my word NDC mbabi no mo wo mo so mo ye NPP ma NDC mbabi defend no na NPP mbabi no so e defend saade we say Samijemfi e obi a wa bra party ni muntino send we ye bibi say ya we can give you a second chance bra 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 bra. Samijemfi was a 10th NASCA KNUST communications officer 2010 2011 it was not a student another one 2011 2012 10 no I am president obe PRO for KMA 2013 special assistant to Kodobonsu he was then the friend is saying KMA boss Kodobonsu 2014-2016 obey SRC president Ghana School of Law communications director Extreme Cubic 2017 to 2018 1 year communications officer for the NDC up to date when I see a communications officer Yamia Dom and NDC ba bemua 2025 free yaboni this one quite acting CEO Emma a year gold board and it's Samijemfi no be a wa ye adwuma bi a te no so a wono no si wanya dollars mpo am wo che bie me ba che for san komo we yɛfɛnsia na afei yɛnyɛ ade foforɔ nso ɛna kɔbɔ bebree no awɔ fie a wɔ sɛ atumi ayi ne baako ɛtase ne baako ɛde ɛma woɔ and ɛberɛ no so a the party communicator ɛbɛba na yɛne ɔno so ɛdi nkɔmmɔ some 25 minutes past the hour 4 Western Diamond TV untumi radio bachaw and they ne apɛ sɛ nneɛma mu da hɔ clear na ɔhunu sɛ media fitumi kasaeɛ ɛberɛ a yɛ maame sisiri abena da paa case ne ba yɛ no deɛ a then it means we can also speak yɛn nso yɛbɛtumi akasa wabra sɛ media fi nso deɛ aba nti mo bia ntenatire hɔ sɛbe ɛnka nsɛm bi a ɛno no ɛne deɛ ka yi ɛmfa baabi a because yɛn ne yɛ ɔmamba yɛyɛ tax payers yɛtua toɔ nti no what they say your Mexico and your Mexico one more code of conduct no ɛmma ho kwan sɛ obɛtumi ayɛ saa mɛda se pii now ɛnummerɛ mi nam social media no so ɛna mene kɔbɔɔ biribi so na asɛm no deɛ ayɛ mom nanso sɛ wotresi historically na wo reference no a wɔn mo safata sɛ yɛde saa deɛ no editi wɔn mo and wobɛte aseɛ kyerɛ me say deɛ mehu wɔ social media no ɛya na sɛ historically abakɔsɛm mu no wotresi ba na wo reference no a wɔn mo safata sɛ yɛde di wɔn mo ɛde asɛm na meka now yɛsɛ yɛfrɛ kuo bi rotational nurses and midwives association na they are threatening sɛ wɔn mo ma NDC aban John Dramani Mahama His Excellency ɛne ne NDC aban sɛ in a week abana mebetua kebi ɔde wɔn mo a they would go on strike na me kinka bibi kitwa mi fama wo say okay eno nie rotational nurses and midwives give government 1 week ultimatum to release delayed allowances or face nationwide strike. Rotational nurses and midwives association blah 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 threatens to withdraw all services if the government fails to disburse the delayed allowance within 1 week. So on your screen wɔn sɛ wɔn bɛkɔ wɔn bɛte atua ɛwɔ aban wei ɛso na wɔn mu aban wei na wɔtwe baako sɛ ɛka bi a ebi yɛ kadada ɛda hɔ a aban wei so ba yɛ 4 months wɔn tua bi ma wɔn no a na wɔsɛ wɔn tumi ɛte atua ɛkɔtena fie san sɛ ɛkɔm ɔya ɛna sabe sɛ sɛmigya fie enya dollars wɔtɛma kɔnfoni ba Accra daadeɛ na kasa sika na ebetumi de ama wɔn so a wɔn yɛ a nursefoɔ ɛne midwives a from rotational nurses and midwives association now deɛ nti a yɛkasa yi mepɛ sɛ wo ankasa a wohwɛ me na wotie me wotie ni wo ankasa kaayɛ this one is just an artwork it could be sɛ obi na atena se na abɔ ne srɛ mu na watwerɛ bidibi yɛnkɔkɔtie wɔ mo ɛwɔ video no mmra na yɛbɛkɔ reference mu yɛbɛhwɛ abakɔsɛm mu sɛ NDC amanyokuo no ba bɛn mu bia no a ɛdeɛ na yɛ na ɛto anursefoɔ ɛne midwives ɛwɔ man Ghana mu ha patɔ yellow
man can do anything to a patient, so please, we are going through a lot. We have been borrowing, sports betting, among other things. About 2 years ago, a colleague rotation nurse had to hang himself, may his soul rest in peace, because he was owing a lot of people and he had no means to pay them. So please, life has been very unbearable. Now, some of us, when we see our landlords and landladies, we have to hide because they are on us for their utility bills. We have friends we borrowed from. We have to keep lying to them, and it is spoiling our integrity. So please, we are telling Guineans, come in, advocate for us. Put yourself in our shoes, working for even 2 months without an allowance, without your salary. How will you survive? And we go through this for a whole year. This is uncalled for. And things have to change. If we are resetting Ghana, then we have to reset this one as well.
Midwives Association. Ave muntie sounds. Mon country no muntie sounds. You people know. Munim pefe. How say? Kunsani, kude kunsani. Ba kunsani ba, ai kunsani ai. Munim. Sasa NDC ba be mu bia no a anasefo yemfa mu nya hwe. Go back to school. Morofuna makantiase. Ya san ko school mu. Na yakwa kwahwe a NDC fo ede ye anasefo any midwives are na one more agent titiye na nei womo abayen various health facilities ababa mai ayarehwem ne NDC for katere womo ebra bia abesenkro sankro fo na no mo school mu no womo na nde womo graduate abafoda ebinumu afro womo rotational nurses and midwives womo ano mo school mu ebra bia na NDC wa bemu ayama peni John Dramani Mahama katra yen say yen semtrafo yen kancha nurse fo ene wo mo gentitiye nursing trainee fo no say anya dia na wo allowance no wo be restore ne a restore no wotina. So 2016 reporter eda honiye President John Dramani Mahama says he remains resolute in his government's decision to scrap the teacher training allowance, noting that he prefers losing the December 7th elections to restoring the allowance. Speaking at a forum at the University of Cape Coast last Wednesday night, the president, who is seeking a second term in office, said, "For purposes of partisan politics, you have your political opponent come and say when you come back, we will restore trainee allowances to colleges or to colleges of education. For me, John Dramani Mahama, it is better to lose the election on principle than to win it on falsehood." And the Okyeremaba trainee nurses for say, "Me John Dramani Mahama, and yadia mo allowance no restore ne net restore no chena." Enti wodi nkan ebom etrimode wo suku dem. Wodi nkan etinem kom e wo suku dem. Wodi nkan ebom abro e wo suku dem. An wo say di nkan eye ne entene ene ne mfata ekyere mo anesefo e wo suku dem. Ni na Excellency John Dramani Mahama 2016 okachire bu pefe say one restore allowance no. But for the next one photo so drew somewhere September 2016. Yeba betwaba and wama the National Youth Organizer. Aye frano aye Pablo Georgia Parado was said that be soon ye patch. Say we are sorry for the cancellation of the teacher trainee allowance. And this is for the say. And to me, and yem one was say, and now the Rotational Nurses and Midwives Association. Womu esu say John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, waba bemu dia e kabia da on betuama yen ya bra e komodi yen uba formantini uma te kumpo ya sawa be hwe yen eno ntimo maninda ho anase fo na doctor fo maninda ho ye betire mo conference na edu 2028 September aye ba betoaba wamasa babiam abeka kire mu say ye very sorry then amasha dama mu bi kakra bi say monje fantom mu botom ne dia dada mu matoaba e dia ma wo mo aye ne say ya amembo ne fra say no yan kasa mo da ye ba betoaba and this besa babiam send the whole screen this one no we are sorry for the cancellation of teacher training allowance and a nursing training allowance ama be pamu chaw na matoaba e dia ma wo mo mebra no ko na endai mame fa no fancy a na afei yenda ne hombra 120 day social contract no Jera Fifi Fave Kote, the secretary for the NDC aka sembi na me nimu se wiase mu no se ehye wonum nko a na wo kai me nimu da se esiwo no mu nko a na wo kai na de ntia meka sa ne se Yewra Kofi Potofi now we are chairman for the NDC first one no sha and they you see 120 days yen to me ever heal a broken country but now the Kufuor Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia resume office on the 7th of January 2017 on the 21st of July 2017 now just some 5 to 6 months and na Yewra Kofi Potofi ebe yen some trofo shemu eka chen say na now the Kufuor is destroying the nation just 5 months in office 5 months in office and this for be catch on my Ghana say na now the Kufuor afen wate kunya so a we just 4 to 5 months no was say wo man na na me nim say ye the 6 months pe e wa mamwom ye the say wo man and then mobile ye 4 months mo ko 5 months you are favor 50 quarter ekwatena joy news and I joy TV I say for program PM Express ekwa can say ye for just 120 days e for heal a broken country na me say eswanu mu a na wo kai me na se bra no ko 36 minutes past the hour 4 Western Time on TV Untumi Radio ye ba sa video no mebo ma wetie bi na ye de Kofi Potofi so de no e de atoton say eye NDC ne de de ye tumi for 120 days enche o man na mom say NPP dia ye de just 4 months e de say o man me da say me dan me ho abasisi a
Era Mpuntuo edom report no abrepat omode baaye no National Council edutum ohona no eti abedeku a form Constitutional Amendment Committee say omontrasi makukwe esoso abedeku the report about say amendment yo ankwa wo kwa omontima anko Era makukwe enim na so obo proposals for decide ya committee ni kan ni na ambom na na meboa July ye fre no extraordinary delegate conference na party ni bohia na ye constitution le bi essence Accra bam e na ma party na nya hodi no omonhwe no montupa na mo Era makukwe kratawa odi abreye no ye tia se krata no ye tini mfa embeto aboti sabi eye politics ne ye no akansi na woko me hu obi a okwa akansi na ne sinto the strategies odi abeto abontin se Ghana fo nyina monhwe ye tia ye
for anybody yatena se na we a surprise visit den ti America san se ene na ka oseminu aba mama Segua campaign ofetro ene yenu aba Augustina Nkatia as you know Wednesdays one mienu ana na mo ba ma mienu a ejabara ba komeda ntemu na biribinti won tumi amba na so say na ba no communication no a say biribi say sina putupurumu ne atumi aye wonders na obi a ono so no e ba no communication very good, very eloquent, very vociferous, very vocal, and an indefatigable person yamana replacing fast na fe yetumi edi komo yero imana kobla tokonu eno ana ofia and also yamana samba. Good evening.
Good evening.
Boko de
Radio PRO nyamena mu ye papa
eda mi ase
na wo se
o ba de adom misimu ye pa
eda mi ase you are ready no on come program ho kra
sure.
So them party full soldiers na yan time bia say ye won brenkoten dia was my now they make sure they are then yeah but we are bre aba cancer them there no nkomo ya na ye baby
nice one
Ghana nkomo ya
ye kasa so far wo no enke discussion twa enfoni etre ye Oman Ghana se na city a enfoni be na obetwa efede
oh the first year mutwa in the Ghana 101 relatively enjoying some level of peace.
Okay.
Even though economically there is a lot of challenges our economy no amoyi.
Okay.
Then the northern part of this country, the Moboko crisis is something that is denting the peace of this country.
Okay.
Because a whole asomdwe mba ho a asomdwe ni Ghana. But unfortunately, you need president.
Stella.
Unfortunately, you need president. The president na ye ni no. Young president so out to do yes when in 70, you know. Or did to me the so Ghana brother.
Okay.
The punishment thereof, no, other way than what the man.
Okay.
Into CCI any presidency. On your gun ni bianum from so or your president now you're to Abamana or your old Budama and Branado.
Okay.
Because now during the day we get a super majority in parliament in T. Obutume Bugana and Brado. I don't know how I leaderless.
Okay.
As a country. Now you compare them at the minority in parliament who are drawing attention to it, you know. Obutume aba pad waba apologize there. Onya ada sebiu oshada no budo. So on Madam Adino on Sibium.
Nice one.
Na yenhwe even though them enjoy some relative peace, you know. Yebeshana watoto the economic policy direction of the country.
Very well. Okay. That's it. Eno edi nkomo fano yen CD. Senia enya hoden na egwa dollar no so e wo kwan bi so. Na ende AGI for any guta any fabag. Friends and Food and Beverages Association of Ghana. I'm so Mkoshia, Minister for Trade and Industry and Agribusiness. Mame Elizabeth Ofuswajare. And Komobono, it is in two folds. The Edikano minister say the government cannot compel traders to reduce prices despite the recent appreciation of the cedi and easing inflation. According to her, Ghana's liberalized market system limit the country's ability to, or the government's ability to enforce price control, making dialogue the most viable making dialogue the most viable part to achieving relief for consumers. Na AGF funds Sony Fabak for ne good funds say within 60 days, you know, you're expecting some, you know, reduce level of reduction be. Yeah, sure some community.
My brother, Radio Piero.
Yeah.
Mutuma kede. Me need the minister 101.3 for trade. Yadren 100%.
Okay.
The fact that we are running a liberal economy.
Okay.
As a result of that, no government, not government past, present, or in the future, can force or compel the business community to increase their prices or reduce their prices depending on the economic conditions in the country.
Okay.
Because we are running a liberal economy. Economy of competition. The only way is through dialogue. And I support the woman in toto. They only use dialogue. But you see, them response Association of Ghana Industry, Ghana Traders Unions, and other FABA, other beverages and Liquor and Beverages Association. I don't know some American. They should give them some 60 days.
Okay.
That is 2 months. Yeah. Why? Because they really want to appreciate the trend of the cedi appreciation.
Okay. Okay. I'm back.
Also, what's my 60 days? That is 2 months.
Yeah.
Because it is only the past 8 days in the cedi, you know, we're gaining them strength, you know. Into Ekada, me revise my prices downwards, sir. You are not trying to be fair with me. But 60 days, that is 2 solid months. Now the cedi appreciation, will it continue or stabilize? Another person wa manumudo. So sana manumuda, not the reduction away, it is nothing. It is the business community.
Okay.
So the reduction of Kodoa because the dollar cedi forex exchange pattern, one of the key reasons in Tanyamano Bukosoro. It takes time for the prices to reduce, for even transport fares to reduce. Relatively good prices in the market. Especially the Association of Ghana Industries, GUTA, especially, many one yarn there, or don't monitor. Because I'm in the day, some equipment to be air conditions, No brand no. Moko worker price no. What's it? 1 week.
Okay.
Price the way quote I'm saying I'm not I don't know within 1 week 7 days the price can change. Do you know why? Because now before it was 3 days, they will give you only 3 days. Because the moment seed number falling, they will have to review all the prices in the market for especially electrical gadgets.
Okay.
Now because they've seen some reduction, one more the same price, but now they've given you 7 days. Because 7 days, they are looking at how the city will fare. Then will it continue its appreciation or be depreciate? Inti damanot inti so otum or continue the man for the next 60 days. They have the city. Why is more stretching more at the 10 city? In the book $1 there, they will be compelled to reduce their prices.
But GTEC, that's Ghana, I think GRTCC, Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council. The same applies to
all of them, the same thing.
But when they are buying to me a regulating.
No, it is only when they want price increment.
Okay.
And I ban on one quarter no. No, what's your parameters? No, the exchange rate. The exchange rate, is the duty.
Okay.
Then the cost of spare parts and fuel. Determine the man I would be out to request it be 30% increment. Then government will sit them down. No, one negotiator maybe okay 1 year 10% increment, 15% increment.
Oh, okay.
For the past about 5 years, or even 8 years, there hasn't been any 30% increment of transport.
Okay.
10, 15, 10, 15.
Okay.
Why? But on them no worry why. Into what courts no. But in this case, it is difficult for government to sit them down. Why? Whilst the dollar or depreciate my city, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It is not having strong effect at the pump.
Yeah.
Fuel stations, Matt there and CSOs be working there by Friday. We're going to reduce fuel price.
Yeah.
Now we'll be reduce to a level. Then the government or the GTEC for the way will be a price reduction on transport fares.
Okay.
It will be extremely difficult. I'm telling you. As for the transport fares, it will be extremely difficult. There will be reduction. It can only stay there and keeps a very long time and suddenly increment.
Okay.
Matthias,
but maybe a team I just say there are some products be and say menkanesa I don't know it to me standardizing money ye. For example, cement say you're a KTM say or you saying be making sure say cement equal and as a control price. Say be a ton of this brand, you ton of 2 cities or 2 cities. Oh no. And I don't know how one come first or by I want to me and the same thing because I say that's the liberal way of your market.
That is why it is difficult to
101.3.
The reason is one. Now we have various cement companies in the country. One clinker, it's from different locations.
Sure.
Obiana porter clinker land and port biana ne costs.
Okay.
Said the container look at tema.
Yeah.
The cost is a little bit lower than the Takoradi. Even if it is coming from the same location.
Wow.
Yeah. Said the if a vessel will be to the Hamburg.
Okay.
Germany.
Yeah.
Na vessel to Hamburg. No wa batema or the 40-feet container. No way be or the sitema because Accra from Germany, any part of Germany. The cost in Tema is a little bit lower than Takoradi. Yes, than Takoradi. Takoradi is a little bit higher because the volume of containers are up by Tema no,
okay,
or you're high, or dorsal. Takoradi no, or you're low. Because Takoradi is more of export driven than import driven. Tema is more of import driven. In Tebonda, we buy you containers by there, ebia 10,000 containers for Temano. And when the Takoradi is only bear 3,000. Until the vessels prefer to be in Tema more than Takoradi. Until when the Tema, there's always a lot of traffic.
Okay.
What Tema than Takoradi. Until now, my price, it determines the price. Obisu Yemfende Accra second-hand ties, car ties.
Okay.
Nipa kona craft from Ebia, Norway. Another person craft from Italy. I craft from Italy. Price in here a little bit cheaper than Norway. Then Nipa kona so where be you what tema? 40-feet container there is around 8,500, 9,000.
Okay.
That is the cost, the freight. Now from Norway, Edinburgh Takoradi. We know our 10,000.
Okay.
And Ebia Nipa Krono is located in Kumasi.
I see, yeah.
Inti Oya ties na one transport or the Kumasi and now Sunyani.
Wow.
That cost alone. Into Obisu or Oyi wa Takoradi no or Duko Cape Coast. It's in it factors in to the final cost selling price. Okay. No why. Inti Nina good and Obakacho give us 60 days.
Okay.
Yeah, let's share the trend of the city appreciation. There can we factor into our pricing?
Okay.
Maybe in a reduction.
All right.
For them, because we are in a liberal economy, say I offer spare parts. Ne kofano. A kofano. Maybe one engine. A ton by the $50. Now the time I turn the 15 cities. Now Yamana do my city no wa appreciate no.
Yeah.
Sisi an ebia at the turn $50 no at the 15 cities. Now and a quarter of $15 back at the 10 Ghana cities in every quarter.
Okay.
So now you are making some savings. 5 cities savings per dollar.
Sure.
It is a 40-feet container no so now cost ebia $80,000. $80,000. You are making a lot of money.
Okay.
Savings. So now you can decide there no. Now my products may reducing by maybe 300 cedis per engine and now 250 cedis per engine.
Okay.
It takes time, but gradually all that we need to do as a country is whatever policies, local policies we have done, or support the trade war on all Kodo America and China and able to why is sustained for about 6 months.
Very well.
So that we can get relatively good prices for our people.
Now, my next question, baby, was say factors and no bobo so and they so asa bobo bi so no. To you, Osha a bit my sustainable factors no. About we betu sustain no. On my money ne betu sustain no. By 2 months a day ni mu ya enkonko ba ne say guta fabag ene AGF wakade. But I'm 2 months no. Now for the year no kana enyambe mu na dollar no asan eye.
I've already told you.
Okay.
One of the major reasons I see why relatively competitive is that the new government is not paying suppliers and contractors. I wonder why you
But what if within those 2 months was about to make some payment?
That is where Guta they know it.
Okay.
Because Guta and Association of Ghana Industry, I want you know where some of their members are suppliers to the states.
Okay.
So they know all these things. Okay. That is why they are telling the minister, the trade minister, give us 2 months, 60 days. By that time, most of them are going to put pressure on the government to make payments to them so that they can use the money to. I want to work with a dollar na why city na a dollar na why cheap no with 2 more. Now all of them pay. Imagine Ghana government making bullet payments. Ebia at the end of May, the government say may multi contractors account to the tune of about 15 billion Ghana cedis.
Wow. That's special. That's special. Yeah.
15 billion Ghana cedis. Then the 15 billion, out of the 15 billion, 10 billion chases dollar. Next $1, 1 CD, 10 CDs it goes to $1. That is $1 billion. It will make useless of the 2.7 billion gold board. Because one bullet payment from the government will take all of them out of the country.
Okay.
Dollar ni ho na yeli chase bi. So they know. So now what the current government will have to do is are we getting foreign direct investments?
Yes.
Is it coming? Are they Ghana Export Promotion Council?
Okay.
Near question there. New companies.
Okay.
No fireman on there. What this Karaba? Because Ghana Export Ghana Investment
Promotion Center.
And this is a council, it's a commission.
Okay, so GIPC now, ancestral GIPC.
In your GIPC.
Yeah.
Ghana Investment Promotion Council.
Yeah.
Look, how many new businesses, foreign direct investment in Aruba? Where are they located? Sikahi in a water bomb.
Okay.
Because obi oko free zones enclave mpun no okwaja asase no goten bi on point is about $500,000. The warehouse they in ado be use no dey now if enya dam nkofo no be dey 20 enya dam nkofo no be 20
sure
now bia dey be 2 million 2 million maybe about 300 million Ghana dollars no what the best economy numa
yeah.
That is a lot of money. In Tebonde, your economy is resilient as far as the forest trading is concerned.
Very well.
But adibiso anya lucky so. Anya lucky na a bullet payment na. Some of the businessmen will take advantage.
Okay.
Buy the dollars and hoard it. Because the dollar has become cheap. Into this year, you can see. I wonder what was kind of why smart people. No? They will take advantage, monitor the system. Next, or obey 2 billion Ghana cedis be baby.
Okay.
Not that $2.
Yes.
Not that $2. Because it's $100 million. $100 million is around 1.2 billion. Ghana cedis. It's in the $1 no this year because auditioning trim there. What is going on in America now? Within the next 6 months, dollar no. I wanted baby every I go no the $1 no. Everything about the 15 cedis. This is when you're 12. Immediately the man base he or she is richer by 300 million Ghana cedis straight away.
Yeah.
It's something that it is not easy.
Very well.
Into urban domestic some economy forex
yeah.
I can also tell you the rate now oracle dollar no kofum. There's some level of speculation.
Okay.
So into it has compelled certain people to push their dollars now are holding out.
Okay.
Because I don't want to look
out. Yeah. No, like look from them.
Until I look country will be released.
Okay.
And that is what I call positive speculation.
Okay.
So, see, you know, so now when they look for there's always a level of speculation. And when it's a Nigerian naira, no, why a useless currency? Yeah. So the Zamarama Funa black market.
Black market, yeah.
Black market in war, Nigeria, now it's not lucrative as far as the dollar naira is concerned.
Okay.
So they will quickly move it to Ghana and Ivory Coast.
Okay.
And now that the cedi is strengthening, actually black market or they will push this kind.
Very well.
Or to come banks for
Mate,
it's a long journey.
Okay.
But but the moment Chinese economy now IMF is projecting that the Chinese economy grew by 4.4%.
Okay.
But the Chinese economy over the past 25 years has been growing around 7.5, 7.5 into one economy. Into the moment we look for when you're lucky the Chinese economy is to form team, we'll be in trouble.
But I say, Pierre, the one who brought the code of conduct himself, has breached it by taking car gifts. Okay, so no wonder the CEO of Good Board is sharing dollars. Until no. Same must resign as CEO of Good Board due to his due to his from Keba, Bremai, Esikuma, and Wade Abba. The Satanic Party is in power now. The short memory people will suffer till 2025. Mr. Sex and also the idea at the Abba. Now, you're a combination do buahen. Minister and Kaye in Hodia, but the other one and discussing TFO in Fanshimo. Combination do buahen, former Signal Bureau penning. I didn't say 7 or 1 week no ever Yoko one more custody we now right after they assign arresting all because of another Ghana Water Company Limited contract be huns and somewhere. But lawyer attaching actually the Accra, I mean read just some 2 paragraphs be I say lawyer Samuel Attaching has disclosed that his client, Komne Dubuayen, the former director of National Signal Bureau, has been rearrested on a new charge shortly after being granted bail in the 49 million cybersecurity procurement scandal. So speaking to the press after his Accra High Court hearing, Attachia revealed that the fresh charge is related to secured internet services provided to another state institution. I have been hinted that it relates to secured internet services for the benefit of another state institution, the Ghana Water Company Limited. The national security provided them with gadgets and well-meaning things, so that if you are even in your room, you will be able to see the pipes whether they are being tampered with. He explained to a journalist on May 13th. So, and come on when and I'm swintia yesari arrest yera komene do buayen. Na yera attach ya kasi say Ghana state secret may go public. Lawyer wants over rearrest of Edubuayen. Ni akomonike ka kono de hi ebeya ne say kukumu komo bobi e fa no bambo ho nseme no yese abrantie no ye be hye no ama waya mo ebeyi de pia bontene ade a menim se what the case yechi from 49 million Ghana cedis ne na sefo na ende de be mami tie we.
First, let me make this statement. As far as Kwabena Edubuayen's case is concerned, I believe strongly that the Minister for Justice and Attorney General has been a little bit reckless.
Okay.
He has been a little bit reckless. Look, we are practicing democracy. Obi aban ejuma. Aban ejuma no ye no so no. Se eye national security operative. One someone working different.
Okay.
2. So national security.
101.3.
What your operations be? Men ya wadwene de efiechiri na ba. Ebe kan document keka better ase. E da grant ase. Because most of their communication e na ade no. Awon ankote na what ase. Most of them na we fiechiri ba no all coded. Nti enter.
Okay.
Nti awo na earlier the investigation or dey nya abota. Ne hwehwemi yi. What I disagree in total with the minister is one kasa na eba paado beka de. Obiala mfetre nsudo. Obiala anye yo. Ese hwehwe Kwabena Edubuayen. Owa kwentum de we gwan. At the end of the day also ngwane. Oba country ni mu. Arresting. Wala na ebe investigation why you no chido obey pre-bargaining. Oya dem oboko prison 25 years. They not chere wala your investigation ewi. Into obey na echi no happen to holding for 3 weeks. A charge ni wie no so no. Ena wo court bail, one man court man bail. Wa ko fi.
101.3.
Ekwaya na asa na abebiom. As a court, man na me investigation no. Most manyamaro kono. Me pede san a hold the Dubuayen was Yoko cells for 14 days na mon kono me investigation na court kada ha. Obi a charging my grant ni bail no. Obaneden na Rebecca ye holding. nevertheless, because you are the Attorney General and the law permits, no, Mama will hold in only 1 week.
Okay.
Na adibia ese no hwehwe fabra holding 1 week ni wie no ori appear wo court no no odanka ayo investigation ewie ma ayeden ma o afare wo witness statement na ade ni nyina no the case no bedido wo court enfale wo witness statement.
Yes,
but ese okay one man bail. Woman bill as an arrest in Biom there. Another case with Ghana Water. Meanwhile, at your own press conference, you told the Ghanaian people that I had the investigation area.
Hey,
it tells you. But you see, the Biamaka there. A Jumebia, you want no hazards. A bay a pain a day, Jumano. I had
sure.
It's I believe initially. When I join young one there, what friend Kwabne do wine now? China never papa politician do wine.
Oh, okay. Nti aso mo ye be the TNT.
When you was suspecting no, then no, let's nail this guy. But he's not a frontline politician.
Sure.
Why say since 2007, 2006, no question national security architecture anymore. To be frank, it was under President Mahama.
Yeah.
And a guy now be a deputy director general of Signals Bureau. Under the then National Security Coordinator, Bevlo Lati.
Yeah.
Until Yakufa the Nabani in a true guy and you know rising or be a director general. Yes, of course. Now, I'm a that you practice democracy. You cannot hold him forever. I then holding one, what kind of original or pro holding 2 weeks, ya quarter man 1 week. So 1 week wait.
Yeah.
So, anyway, today dinner be yes, assassinating na you deny it. For me, 101.3. Yeah, Radio Piaro.
Yes, sir.
Right now, you wahoo. You wagana. National Security, Jumanewa or Moto. Since I am catch that I'm my age, maybe I'm a national security there, Bejadia.
As will be a switch me.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because I could come out there.
Oh, you could come out there?
Yeah.
One cow paddle.
Yeah.
You may be brave or national security warrior. One cow paddle. It's say I will able hold if you want to have better understanding of what prevail what national security were. I believe the best person is the current national security coordinator. Okay. Including the past national security coordinator.
Yeah.
And the director general of the Signals Bureau. You know, we'll be in a conference for you people to have better appreciation of what happened. Into any of them opportunity, no more them explanation in next and so once. Not a suspect crime, then you can take the person on. But any the maddening and when they community wine, ne let not throw ourselves or the command the current national security coordinator. Then look, the situation I'm woman you. Now the situation I'm woman. On your somebody in the motor market because if you have I swear an oath. Damn not it. And in the market woman for no Takoradi market in the Jubilee Park no. Miss Afuni be our national security operative or Tonada so national security operative. Now so need national security book me directly.
Okay.
Because on your levels. Obi amane adwuma no ye no prepare report. What you call through national security. Now, so need any book him. In the banner, what catch order? Oh, what you the monk of free cow ABR across the country, or you bear the 10 million. I can't want for dinner, I won't for the dinner on 4 months.
Okay.
But I wait that Rebecca there. Where this guy? I will not catch her there. Let any or try there. Oh, Sikana Walla can 49 million or Walla can. Ibina, yet the man. President-elect, President John Dramani Mahama, you had the 5 million, you had the money 8, no more the talk car. Because a president-elect, you are the bona fide property of the state, sure. And it is the responsibility of the national security to protect you. But the man, I'm a pardon.
Yeah.
I'm a pardon. The president, why elected, on to me use Nankasana car. Olupeya on to Musala no pay. Even every morning they have to go and brief him about the security situation in the country.
Yeah.
Even though one swear in, Olu move from ni baby or war, da security na no or using the dada no. Bibi ala basasa. And the man in your oyeska international security for no. What was the Kabia what they had the many nyina. Into the agra, what back there. Oh, the Missy what's one from quite the operation? As some of our Benny, new president did it until the miss can be from Kotoka. National security into Mukanye. But our Benny investigation, I back the miss what the other one for the operations. And him there, he was the lead operative. Bro, what kidnap Canadian girls book Mazano.
Yeah.
This man was one of the leading operatives. Woko fan. Woko rescue them kofano.
Wow.
According to him, Sika wadi the operations, force and Adam, It is if you are not humble and careful to understand the maddening, it's in order Attorney General, Onya Aboter, because now that this guy is even arrested here and the investigation, on to Munko office,
yeah.
Into manipulate a document or office. I want President Mahama and Aban won't tone down on Nyama Bebri because when I do on there perception about crime, looting, you don't know. And the man show to me that a book of Kotebeti. You can't hold Kwabne Dubois for the next 1 month. And to me, Yanishi, a man. So a military regime in Quebec on no kangaroo court. But why you are shooting? No we could. But since I know to me Yanishi. Oh yeah, then I'll 1 month in Obaba. A bejano, court bejano, Moakufie. Then as some crooner that to no. Come and prove it beyond reasonable doubt or court. For me, them perceive witch hunter what man for me. The morale in the national security. What be problem because actually be back at the na importantly yen de mi na me ano what the moto operations bi ano na what this be what ye ya obomo yen problem
okay
national security obutumo the my account I will can answer or UMB Universal Merchant Bank. The question they be say on there, you cannot open any account what Ghana national security, what is about to man, national security coordinator on my letter. One from my account. Until the first question will be sent there. The my account now want to more this security what the operations, what the national security or Banadem no obey the my account.
Okay.
A bank there will definitely be a fire.
Yeah.
We will what that show. This is the purpose.
Okay.
Because we account now, they who purpose, a bank be account into be a business account, it be a savings account, it be a day's operations account, it be an investment account. You know, it's on Yakuma.
Okay.
National Attorney General, Bano Kasa. It's like on you be a problem.
Sure.
You need a be a problem. I would wage man and you have to do it diligently so that you don't breach the human right of any Ghanaian.
Very well.
As much as prosecuting.
But I'll say, not forgetting the 2013 unpopular 3 months payment to teachers who had worked for a year, to and others, the legacy arrears, we have not forgotten. Into Senana meeting can and this baby moyana nurse from hotel mupa. Omufra se osukumu, na mo de bebe wura edumanim. Inti monka fra na mo asukra na muka se ya agye yenso yento ya agye yenso yento mo akro yan ya agye yenso yento you say you get the okay so we dey near some 10 so yan se be nim timi kan Emma no me say we say Okyeremaba greet my man for me. Good afternoon, brother. You are doing fantastic job for our great party. NPP, and I admire you so much. Keep it up. Your work will not be in vain, bro. My name is Takoradi Opoku, watching you from Kumasi Kote Extension. Okyeremaba, still no leader, no leader, Asemu bad leadership. President Mahama second term. Not. He driving us to the ditch. So each and every one should tighten his or her belt. My regards to Nana Kunedu Abupra. Thank you so much. Messages in the baby Nana Waha. Okyeremaba, Aiko, may God bless you and your crew. I am from Paul Maso from Achimusubua. It is only under President John Mahama rule that a whole country can lie idle without a president. Please, our radio is not working. Why? Yoguso. Why? Munya botramayena radio a call free. Messages ebano. Who authorized Edubuahin's donation to the NDC before they took office? Was it his own initiative or did Akufo-Addo direct it? Additionally, are the payment receipt publicly available? Regardless, it is uncertain whether the gesture would shield him from potential prosecution. But that's it. Messages in baby nana waha. But mumfa yura fifi fiave kote ne video no entumame. The interview he had with Joy News, that is a year PM Express. Na Evans na one in the interview no. Have you?
No, I mean we were not expecting to achieve excellence in 4 months. First of all, you must appreciate that we are taking over a country that is not in a very good place. And that is not just being political. It's a country that's not in a good place. It's a country that's not just politically, economically, should I call it a weakening country. We're talking about a country that's gone through what I call 8 years of moral decadence. You cannot have gone through 8 years of such soulless leadership as we have seen in Akufo-Addo and Bawumia, and expect that within a matter of 4 months everything is going to just be excellent. No.
Except that you give yourself a target.
Yeah,
26 things you want to achieve in 120 days. So you're marking based on your own commitments.
I agree.
And if you set the commitments, the civil society guys give you a 50%.
No, that's okay. Ultimately, what matters more is what the people of Ghana feel.
What do you think they feel?
I think the people of Ghana feel confident that they have a leadership that is not perfect, a leadership that is determined to ensure that it does far better than what we have seen over the last 8 years. Not just in terms of the character of the leadership, but in terms of the desire to accomplish something for the country. Not to spend all the time and lamenting over the past, but try to fix the problem as we see it. A leadership that clearly you can see is what.
One year, the secretary for the NDC and what I say workers and was say 4 months, a year 120 days, you know. Yet we fashion a broken country. In fact, as more kind of 10 years because NDC closure will make a be paying. July 21, 2017, President Akufo-Addo has failed the nation. President Akufo-Addo has failed the nation. NDC, a leader and the national chairman of the NDC, Mr. Kofi Potofi, has stated that Akufo-Addo and Bawumia-led government has woefully failed as managers of the affairs of the state. But I and also to Sumame na yendu enkomo sesia. Nia okuta microphone kokono ana orange color no or white no. I was say President Akufo-Addo has failed the nation. Na ya man peni Akufo-Addo kana man peni waba abemu just 5 months. And so when this for abayan some trefo nhia mu say nia ekoso o memu no bi sida na nananto wabo oman Ghana just 5 months obaye no wabo oman Ghana and they are defending say 120 days yamfa entetre oman and we can't reach perfection within 120 days.
Radio Piaro. Mete oye ora General Secretary of the NDC, Fifi Kwete, about near session there. 101.3. Economic difficulties all country no. President Mahama Onyado Botumu de 120 days. Minjin there, the New Patriotic Party, and now so Ghana fu independent Ghanaians. What can the President Mahama on for 120 days on for unsolve and now on reset the entire country?
Yeah.
Or your President Mahama Nankasa. Ena all product want to abamano. Na Nankasa she maybe us the oba within them 120 days, you know. Obe make sure that we fulfill them nyamano. Until they didn't come on to the right perspective.
Very well.
In a year who there. Out of them 120 20 days now, 24, 25 issues are President Mahama raised up about to more fulfill. When to win 1 year, Nina. Out of that, Debbie Amaka, me say security is the topmost issue. Look, President Mahama Ben, yes, security. What to see? President Mahama Ben, yes, security. What to see? It's something that people or the man didn't know Emma Otum Otukan
101.3
Vice President in New Abra Speaker of Parliament in New Abra Chief Justice on New Nanankasa so way Tukan. No Germany Jim or that too, because look, the president cannot travel without the explicit knowledge of the national security architecture. We won't draw any attention, Mr. President. A corner locono. One on
yeah.
They will draw your attention to it. On your issue, it's the man these are the result of the Fimaba. The mistakes in today. All the 4-star general off, 3-star general off, 2-star general off, and now appoint a CDS from 1-star general. Ni year group funi nyaso be kufie. Na 1-star general no nyame be pire wo wa. Onim. This is the outcome. They no be see. Obama nyame bi wa e be breach nyama nketinketi bi. A breach so Ghana ha obi ananwa de ho. Nti a breach all they will draw your attention. Because the 1-star general no on them level no on participate what them discussion I don't know.
Sure.
Japo pro am madam painful nya wo kofi na akofo no nti ebuhu them lapses. 2. Ekede eba yi taxes be fi wo. Why your on first budget in March. Taxes ni be wo. But my brother ask me, between you and I, will you prefer a 14% increment in electricity, 4% increment in water tariffs, or you prefer the better? Ne enwin na abana budget 10%.
I mean, bet bank at least me prefer bet. No
exactly, because bet no or you're optional. Betting is optional. E-levy is optional.
Sure.
E-levy enquire transactional. Then
yeah. But it's not light today.
It's not light,
it's a necessity.
It's a necessity.
Yeah.
Every Ghanaian citizen will pay.
Yeah.
It's I will wondering out there. Abane E-levy, where ye betting tax until when you are you pay that in electricity.
Okay.
Yeah. So you acquire an bay. It's no one name. You are now even paying more because the predecessor on the demand, electricity to increase, on 6% impo. 6%. Until some workers E-levy now betting tax, they are not on 1G electricity 14.7.
Yeah.
1G water 4.4%. Again, one of the taxes are okasa for who or your COVID tax.
Yeah.
There abana na do dan kwa Akufo-Addo former president, no former vice president, what down no. Sebio, one junum kwechi. Ena, yareba waba we chomuno. I want what a twat to what they go funtu and the cover. Na nyanse bi anim no ba. Obo bebe. No aba when you 120 days. In accounting to the good people of Ghana and also on to me yeah because IMF conditionality. No nyana the Minister for Government Communication there. Obaka there. Electricity tariffs numpuno or IMF conditionality. Into oya den no oya den otumotu ne ya no ntumuntu. You see, that is what I call political hypocrisy. Say eka asam na de ntuma ya. I want to eka them asam be bold to tell them, look, me be na me hwe document mu. Me hu de muntu me ye den. Me tax ni fu. Me sorry. I will make sure that next time no mo hu kwana mafada me den be ye. Then the people will continue to trust you. Then you apologize to the previous government and our previous president. The ekadamasam. But you want to explain it away as if the Ghanaian is a dumb. We are not dumb. Ekasam nature. It's or today Hoptel. Yeah. Asamia. Obey. Minister for Communication, Minister for Justice.
Justice. Yeah, Attorney General.
Attorney General. Also, we should not politicize business entities in the country. Why? For over 2 years, you told the Ghanaian people there, Hoptel, your company or your Dr. Mahmoud Baumiadia. Now, I wonder what the app, what do you electricity in Iran? Sikano ko Dr. Mahmoud Baumianu Kotokum. You told the good people of this country. Yeah. Now, only less than 5 months in your government, Hoptel will celebrate 20 years of its establishment. 20 years of its establishment. Dr. Mahmoud Baumiawe. He was not even the deputy governor of the Bank of Ghana. He was a research assistant to the then governor, Accra, of the Bank of Ghana. Now, so, what the time what the chair Ghana for? Now, are you expecting a section of the Ghanaian people to trust you? Look, leadership is all about trust. The moment you lose trust, you implement policies. It's been a problem. At a point, in the event of implementing e-levy, she had struggles that they went through. Because the policy was good, but its implementation was poor. Okay. Implementation, when to implement in a year, it becomes a problem for the Ghanaian people. Okay. Time other way explain to Ghanaian people, no, they did not do it. They resisted. Now you go back and sign engage the Ghanaian people. No, I say I didn't. Okay. So for me, President Hamani 120 days. No, look, as the woman be here topical day. What about better bank? What am I missing? I phone no I'm missing. I fiscal with the
bank.
Sky na what they be
51.3 million.
It was the honor what they set office. 51 million. Oh no, what they set office. No, what they set office in Vietnam with discover for what aba. It's there until now. Discover for not any budget for it. This bank cannot start operating this year. Say any budget. Exactly. Look, it's in the average Ghanaian has come to the knowledge there. This government, or your 419 government, playing on the emotional keyboards of the Ghanaian people. What maybe more look bad, so that they feel that one way good. But that is not the case. Look, we are in difficult times. I tell you, the doomsday that we are seeing. Say President Mama Nancy Obakade doomsday will be a thing of the past. Yeah. And these are doomsday a thing of the past.
I'll say up to the end of this month, May. But Obeshono tia 80 billion ekano. Na chese.
Also what you
80 billion say ekada. Is it 80 billion or 80 million? Let me check.
8 billion.
No, 80. Say no mo say 64. Omo ba be mo no ha. Say 80. Mama check but I think say 80.
Okay. Nti ehu, I will for 64 na. So in your own conviction, are you sure President Mahama with this current economy we about to 64 billion?
No, they
cannot. Instead of them being bold to tell the Ghanaian people that we have to go and negotiate because Dumson all Kodunia, my brother, about 98% is money.
Sure.
Oh yes, ka. It or they can negotiate. They have not made some bullet payments.
Okay, but okay. Sorry, I say energy sector. Mahama promises to settle 80 billion Ghana cedis debt by early 2026, which means energy sector. I care that was say 80 billion Ghana cedis on this year.
80 billion. No, your President Mahama also there. What about Benim? Nanka or man no kodum sum. Na wa vet the man. Oh yeah, then this is your catch and he can only avert that by paying. Now the next the Minister for Finance, or the catch Ghana for the government need $1 billion every year for 6 years, and some way to where you do so if you country no. $1 billion. They are creating the platform. What kind of demand? A Benyani COS, CSOs, collaborators. No, Wabekade or no quar. Wabekade or no quar. Into Damano, not cheddar, or don't man, no cop of Dam Bossiano. No, for middlemen and our dinner 2% to Kwaha, 0.5% to Kwaha, in a Yukohana, the miskin, the independent people won't go to come. Some of the energy experts are civil society organizations now. We're poaching go for
sure.
All in the event in the Obama Damon conflict now, the miskin be a burden.
Okay.
Because they know it, and the Ghanaian today in Ghana, you only speak the truth that you have influence on.
Okay.
No quite no man, or yeah, where you get your benefit on no more. Today, somebody like Franklin Kujo, only celebrate the absence of people that can hold the position of the president. Today, the president is not there, the vice president is not there, the chief speaker of parliament is not there, the chief justice is not there, and we are leaderless. You know, Franklin Kujo on fano. On rather no nenuaji. Why? Because in the truth now no who because at his angle no, he is benefiting from the government into truth no so onyempo oye
very well.
So that is the issue.
Okay,
President Mahama no 120 days nanka sompo nim the one bon ho modern.
Yeah,
why do we celebrate appointments in this country? No, I'm appointment now. A president, appointment.
Sure, appointment.
The question is that when someone work here, previous government, call a pa, I wanna with him, when you research of all the appointments that President Mahama will make in the country, ministers, who then chief executive officers, deputy chief executive officers. 70% of those appointments comes from 5 regions.
Oh, okay.
70% of those appointments come from only 5 regions.
Out of 16 regions,
Out of the 16 regions,
Okay. Oh yeah, dear.
It's 11 regions,
Yeah.
I want for 30%. Now we are, damn 70%, Question neighbors your for But they have the guards, to criticize Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo of practicing family and friends government.
Sure. And
when him there, the monk of Akufo-Addo appointed one year, they were in the trenches with him.
Okay.
During the struggle. On your day, the monk of what's in a fear, why you many be? And Akufo-Addo more an appointment. He been more members of parliament. One appointment was the Akufo-Addo an appointment because of your new year. Today, the same thing. Opulence, extravagant government, Melbourne is lean government. I appoint 56 ministers.
Yeah.
But question, government appointees or for the first time in the history of the Fourth Republic, all NDC regional organizers are government appointees,
presidential
staffers at their various regions. And when you're the presidential staff, are equivalent to a deputy minister of state.
Mate, Degeta, yes.
Sika, or man or say, obey your mama. Sika or man or say, in the so-called lean government, Akufo-Addo, or the 327 million Ghana cedis or they run in the office. This government is using 2.7 billion. No, they run office.
But I say,
Ghanaians, you people should prepare. I mean, Mr. President Mahama has admitted that he has failed by the budget not presented for this year. Because Akufo-Addo did 5.7%, open the economy by 5.7% so that a lot of people can get businesses to do, get employment. Now, when I abano, the economy no grow by 5.7%. I will know able to grow by 4%, 4.4%. IMF calculated you can only do that. You can only do 3.9% because what policy no Obama doom so aba. And so I will yesterday one ball signing. No one discard. I'm only hoping the youth of this country will be smart in looking through the lines of the Abani or a failed government.
The General Secretary and meneno elbon komo we fien komo edi ai hon komo why na mamfa we fan femu. Hi boss, this emergency issue need lengthy to investigations. Lengthy discussions to investigate the matter. Okay. It is a test case for President Mahama himself and a special prosecutor, Citizen Abacha, and our day way at the messages in Bebrenana Womo. MC Abacha Mumfa a NPP on a press release into so na member nito na femen pick course and sana refraba. NPP press release, Infantus Mamena, million who just a minute na men pick course, And the answer a befa course, but a woman from Yabotre and Chebefa course is a CR. Mamma press release in Wejuma, na afei men come round swa MC for mama hu say beda so men kenken mu kakra bi yes so bi mu kakra bi mame. So engagements with party executives ahead of official nominations and about your party ni the communicate dia bende ya no no e eba 14th of May 2025 for say the party leadership wishes to bring to the attention of all members and prospective aspirants at the various levels that until official nominations are duly opened, no individual is permitted to engage party executives or party structures in any form of campaigning or soliciting support for internal positions. This directive is in line with the party's commitment to fairness in the administration of its internal electoral processes. Premature engagement not only undermine the authority of the party's organs, but also risk disreputing the careful and strategic effort currently underway to reposition the party for victory in 2028 general elections. But to mesa ba betwaso na enwechi so a digital de na no e dia to san komo we 0248 071174 0248 071174. Me ba choba bodi lo TV set no na minti o phone so. Good evening. Hello, good evening.
Mbeda tudene.
Nyame aduma no boy kwa pia yenko.
Mbeda. Messi anyense sabonse mutupu sunsun bansa mambo anim pobo no so today. Obeka incoming chairman wuntumi Dr. Baomia incoming president for 2028. Now honorable Katrabri Mafuku Olko National Women's Organizer. Honorable Kobi na me employer and ko pay the promise. Men at work honorable the same kudo na mpoko ko ja fa no se buteri. Ya de nyame twum bi kasan ko possible. Mbeda che let's meet in few abeno. Watch MPP na Ghana fa de papa. Nem se dem submit the abata pon na lokwa yi mo use for na $1 so yes. Sisi ya kesa about dollars so and there's a meeting fee woman the appointment or take $1. Na what share dollars so no guna ka no krampo. Or $150 million no good animal. No otu take them dollars. If you be said the scale what you good board no. I would there special prosecutor offer something you. Because kind of what you call good board no. Watata something start or chiche. And to woman show papa number there abinga mota. The MPP for your favor because of many kasa yako promise ye say na ye no mojo. We send in me didn't pay for to campaign here MP or MP no campaign here. In the MP play opposition.
Very well.
This is for more appointment.
Okay.
It's what to track woman na ye woman ya call. Me yente party native. O send I'm 60 days now a good what am ye abaniwa. Me ne by next 2 weeks. Don't rise ko betu mo akobe 2020.
Mate me da say.
This point pa.
All right.
And the next follow my brother. Yes, teacher up to now. Nurses and teachers in allowance. And this the one to you.
Mate me da say no boy kwa pia. Hello, good evening.
Oh.
Good evening.
Magu brother, how are you?
Oh, the institutional.
The institutional.
Nice one. Any come on.
Yakopo on come. Na mencha MPP addition na the Diana Meka. The same kabum and I break it there. What we call coming 2028. A bit to make a cinema. And kabum only unity. Timothy to us the party. Addition Nase, Mama Sumji, and Yajuma.
Very well.
My good brother. Mamma Chap, what is about thing to see? Your mama say, I can't say that.
80 billion.
Energy sector, I'll go to say
80 billion. Ghana cedis.
That is in cities,
yes.
My brother, we are this year for phone. Never go Sika or Jaho, our energy sector. $2.5 billion. We are go.
Okay.
I can't want to jump, but yet we were able to keep the light on for 8 years. And now, remember, national bro, this guy has rise to the position of what? Director General.
Okay.
He passed through the rank. Let's say, Omobe Biala. Omo Timpa Blanche to Muda. Everybody in the country, Omoba. Omo SIE, the sister of Pankonia, one man to Omatina. Let me cut it. So called Aura, recover all. Come on, one man, I'll make you before now. And now, I come to some issue.
Yeah, never see.
Let's say Musa Danko, ya join up. My work at I post. And now 50% for say, Sammy Jamfi and Fanny Bonnie Channel. 25% to say. Yes, I'm trying 10% to say. Yan China, you question, and 7% of man carry.
Okay.
Musa Danko, how can you come down so low? Musa Danko, I beg a crack. Obi Janira, Obey Home Post.
Matemiras, the institution. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. If I win Remo, good evening.
The Radio PRO.
Saint Okushambo.
The Radio PRO.
Medina wa bono mesonya kopo se 2028. Oma fu eni hunu bi. Ne hunu endi si fu ahoton. Why?
Na musumiye position bi ai.
Mate.
What chita musumiye bi ai.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
na msumi ya gold board hivi ya msumi $10 TVI.
Yaga.
Ejo tama radio piano yami onshia mo papa. Wajuma warbo. Minche ska ketene mpitu fuinara. Na me ko obi anka na komantu ni yem. Yami mo be bia ye. Mami adu we ya adun kasa be be ba chipa we. O gumo na oye no ho. 2028 the ska ketenfo. Obi adi sitro me mpitu fo. Be president so account. Minche ya mami ka tna be ma afeku. Na me former MP onabuju gati. Obiano yami onka won no nshawan number the kwalensa so yami oyen kase papa che yami ne wetu end sufuka wo oyen yami ne wa preni yim wetu end sufuka amana wasa sikeni me dwuma yefo wo package ntuma wo ma 10% pe no ne chi no wasa wa to light bill mu na water bill mu close to 19% Ghana fo wabaya adesua no koda dada ma won amana sikeni ndi koda so dia sami jensi obi on bob la papa bia da wo public service ndi when you sika chi ma dole su gune ka mo na mo cheche na ka mponi na ni fiede
all right
yes fo ne mbo yembe ye dwumeden nka bo mi ye dwuma ne ye dwumeden na 2028 Ghana for when we were MP. But the two best MPPs they are track in your papa. That's what I mean.
Count so papa. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Majaba. I'm sorry.
I'm here. The moya power in baby Casa free.
Oh, can't you back up what I'm saying?
Yenin come on.
Oh, who is a Sami Jansi? A video of the man and a not friend with a clearing agent. So,
yeah, clearing agent, yeah.
Aha. Any one way you pass and MPP for the Munta, a cousin when you send the second of also. Oh, everybody I know. Some of them people are also in a position and then one go. Then I did the and it's some agency. Nana said one about some can I so now when you send the I know yes I didn't India. Everybody can for I answer me a mobile pan. I think I can you money. Tell you are it. Yo. Bring a minute.
Yamen Cowan, so hello, good evening.
Good 2 hours.
They didn't know about Yankwada, but only me for Ben you. I mean, you.
You're ready to hear, mommy. I will go. Come in, Master. The great.
Unia can come to bed, do line no M1 mentini ye cry. Fachame, Sabre, hello, good evening. Hello. Okay. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, please.
Good evening, baby, Casa free.
Mpachomi Katasi Takoradi.
We didn't design.
Oti.
I mean, Joti.
Mpachomi.
Meet you, pa.
Me freshi atake Takoradi.
Yeni komo mete on kan yanko.
Eja. Mpacho. Woni. Sami Jenfi. Kwa twafun. Sami Jenfi atwafun. Wa ayeme ya papa. Me NPP ni pa. Na Sami Jenfi yo ye no. Enyi minjindi say no because nkofo disika na aye onwa nkofo no NDC for na nkasa no womweni bi no position womu pene yi no aw mamka pantina ate wo penna we yi no na wanyi obifofure besi nti obifoforo no nkofo no abadi nti na enyi nkofo na ma wo botwa wa wanyuba ba social media na wanyuba ba TV there obi an show dabi na no nkofo no wo penu we yi na fi wo na nyipa foforo besi wo
Mateme dance na oba no abonto fan no krakra na opa akere sen. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Papa.
Mami Tio.
Mami
Nyakwa, yes. Mami Tio.
I'm saying, yeah, na me ba a friend the program so. yana no kwasem ni NDC for yen me yen hame ni nyina no se ni obi na kumanchi o
okay
basi ako no di ni tibi atrema fiche se ka yen nyina asori tina ye naso a kanya ni sa tantansem we ye hunu na obi kan nurses asem se nurses ni se dey to me tina any way the a friend is social media say alawani and san cancel yento enemusu obi anye di me say you fu na yi sorry tia NDP aban and so be at ne katanka you fu ni abata kemu nyina egu fie no man ye dia ne kakra so no na ne no papa dia na ne kwakotedi na be sire bi ni NDP before say won so woni nipa yen kan ye homo ni yen sori to ye fin tem bruesua ni woni ye kokko yen sori nyina da ye nyina nya ba ko ye sepra yo yi ni ba ko ebu na o kan bomu a emu ye nyina sori nyina yen ji o man si wo e man chiri ma me dey si be na oni nyame nya
ya men kan so pa last caller for me hello good evening
opening gafe
body baby kasa free
our friend teacher constitution the kasa free agunara amwase pe awa santemantom
nice one me tell for me
na MP no na bu be sin cancer board afija teche East MP no
all right
o yi kwan ye opia na me ntia ko ka ba bi obi ane o su be mpan so pensia so MPP chairman o Kumasi opening gafe hwe yeso si dua mu mokoku a esamba wo a so na de won genu ma yonko no saa na beba same jamfi pa kwan a wode ya ma me sisi ya da pa e fa so no ene de ani ti fo bi anya kwan e say defend papa we na me ba so ti anya same jamfi wa ni kwani bi adanti no wo pa cha ho mo nya nipa bi no no mo say defend sa bi we na enye won o ma we na ye timu no say gana fo e pa so o ma ne ko na ni ne tumpo a NDC nya option ta
all right
ni nimu de ha ye obi wa no ti a o ba school fees no wo so no amo no mo de ne obi na atoto pad no netball pad so no papa no wo gina dum no atoto ayi e ka say pad e ko wiem eno no mo de ono aya ke abra de nyango bo hu ye mobo na na be fa nto abefra 2028 MP presaba me da asi ya mi sira
papa me da asi pi ya fa frefo ni nsi na ye wie yan komo no doctor on the press release party no ede aba signed by the general secretary JFK. Mami Tiwe, brief on it.
The General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Justin Kodia from Pond, he's only retreating the laws in the party until they will be the party will conduct elections at various levels of the structure. On the our interested the contest able to make share party for, but unfortunately no. Ibin mo ha wa start walk around na dey but you see until elections are held at the various stages entum kwa campaign because I want to we are or today electoral commission or your registration you can only go and campaign when you know the voters
okay
intino menyene ya adwen because ibinum opeda wotum cancer or warrior na campaign de oyede na ala time so party no obogbe nomination for forms converting what do to me we are ansana to my rounds na kwa campaign ntino polling station election cry yen na ya be electoral area constituency even the number the party constitutional committee review committee away ya was set to watch the reforms na di ura lawyer Frank Davis or Danny you know whatever ye congress delegates conference in July ye when I party number starts this is and we are all in the healing process
okay
and we have to heal fast so that you take the NDC on. I mean, way free to commend the minority in parliament in taking up the fight na the party communication across the country. And so I want to know where the second commanders na mijidi there saying na ye kan boom na even though unity a big family like the New Patriotic Party, it is not easy to have 100% unity. that one we don't have to deceive ourselves. I've been working some of
okay.
I personally, I don't have to be a friend with you to do the work of the New Patriotic Party.
Nice one.
I don't have to be your friend. The point is, party, so far as I remember, you have to preach the good news of the party.
Nice one.
You should find it extremely difficult to speak bad about your party member. But even though I have a try, what come on, what pay a no, send down yamin or the mabaha. Obin or doba.
Yeah.
Now, so be been to Mwamba. Into what from no more corner, maba. Se minikwana musumaka de ebia my busy. Into nebia woman or be for free than umbra. Party jumano, nipa kuluntu munsia.
Nice one.
Obia antino, I will. Why do you know there? Now, most of the time, one of the challenges in our party is that you been feel there. Why you maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, time we were to MPP in 92, no account. They didn't put can register no what they call electoral commission into honor or do we treat in special. That is the challenge.
Okay.
Look at the communicators, I want to know what communicate in government. They are still communicate.
Yeah.
Because it's a daily thing.
Okay.
It's a communicating our benima. Next time you juma our opposition. It means you are not a loyal member.
Okay.
It's in a party, whether rain or shine, we have to work.
Nice one.
We have to put our hearts together. Fight. I mean, from what I see, it will be easier for the New Patriotic Party to win 2028 than winning 2032.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say you need you want to win 2028 easier than they win 2028. It's woman
okay.
All right. Na yentum yemfan fight the NDC. Feed the abani nankasano we feel in advance.
All right.
Na whilst the greater reforms the party no the new ideas, innovative ideas to sell to the Ghanaian people. We can do that, and because we have also done it before.
Nice one. Thank you so much. You Raymano Koblato Konu, Digital Secretary, and Imre Wano, and no Esin Kunya. Now, I am a member of the communications team, Takoradi constituencies, 1 year to 4, Edma Womana. Yes, also Swano. But your birthday, no, I'm far and twice so quick, and I just say, men wish a year or a year, I didn't bet 2 with TV no Swano. And to know, Oba screen is swa. My wish was a happy birthday. Nidi ade Ustaz Seidu. Ustaz Seidu, yes. The gentleman on your screen. He is an indefatigable person. Or yeah, make us energetic. He did the Ustaz Seidu. Ejumewura. Now he was my former general manager. New Day TV. I mean credit to Mona. Yeah. On a manage TV station, no, and you do come on. Oh, he's a bro, he's a senior bro, and oh, share be or call you so. I tell you, you share near your home, you may. My name, no, and then the birthday, me person, me mom who in Accra, or ye, Ustaz Seidu, a Jumera, in their birthday, may the good Lord bless you. In young Kupona, me sum no, ya also sum no, when she papa, na 1 2 and na afenso on fa. Eni tie no a wode ama odada no wonfa bi mfa nka ho de hia ayen kwatenten a apomoden ewo mu de ye ahunya sika ene bi bia no ohia e wat fasasi so no me bompa yi mpa so yakopon emfa maw na wo mo sa etuhu ache ene sa akomapa na wo a wode ya adoye no wonfa bi so emfa nka ho emfa ema empremprem de me ni baby wo she pote ba my friend maybe say baby wo she a happy glorious birthday to you Ustaz Seidu Ejumewura. It on ni phone ni other screen is one. Thank you so much. MC assembly ni phone ni editor so. Yes also no siabo. Na mamda the entire production team ase led by the executive producer Nana Kuredu Abupra. MCR wo ho Same ɛna yawro nso ɛwɔ ken nso ɛka ho bia ye na ɛde Oman Mpuntuo dwumadi ɛbɛsom wɔ metina mu ɛde ma osikeni frempon manson ja itabi ajagora rabasaka binzi abzebaruko the grand master and the grand architect of the universe bless you this evening. Good evening.
Our money